Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is day 4 for .NET 0 to Hero series. On day 1 we have discussed about CLS, CTS, IL code, platform dependent, independent, etc. On day 2 we have discussed about the procedural programming versus object-oriented programming approach, class, static keywords, and we created the Hello YouTube program. On day 3 we discuss about data types like value type versus reference type, stack versus heap, nullable types, boxing and unboxing, string immutability, etc. Now, today basically we are going to discuss about the Visual Studio, that is a IDE. So this will help us to develop any .NET applications. We can use this IDE. So in second video, when we created our first program, Hello YouTube program, we created with the help of Notepad, right? And in the third video also, we use some online editor. But today, we are going to see how we can use Visual Studio to develop the .NET application. So let's start. As I mentioned in my previous video as well, like you need to download the Visual Studio, and you can download from this link visualstudio.microsoft.com/downloads. Here you can see different type of versions available. This is the two are having a free trial and one is a community edition. So if you are a student and you're just want to learn this, then you can go with this community editions and you can freely download and install it in your machines. So once Visual Studio is download, and as any other software you can install it Visual Studio as well. It is pretty similar. And once it is installed, then you just need to open it. In the program bar, you can search for Visual Studio, and here you can find it. And it is always good practice to open the Visual Studio as a administrator, because sometimes due to access issue you may face errors. So it is always good practice to open Visual Studio as a administrator. So I just right click on it and I'm opening it as a administrator. So it will open the instance for Visual Studio. So let's wait for it. So once it is open, you will see similar kind of window. You will not see a projects here because you are opening it maybe first time, then you will not have any projects. Once you will create a projects, you will see your recent projects on this left side. On right side, there are four options. You can clone the repository, any Azure or GitHub repository. You can give the URL for this and you can clone it. What it is, maybe that is also we will discuss in some times. Open a project or solutions. Maybe you have already created some project and you want to open it, so you can go for this options. Instead of project or the solutions, maybe if you want to open any folder, you can go for this third options. And if you want to create a new project, which we are going to do, so we can select this fourth option. So let me select the new project and wait for it. So here it will display the templates which we can use to create our new project. So here you will see all the projects, and even you can filter this with like based on the languages. Maybe I will say C sharp or C++ or F sharp. We can filter it based on the platform also. Maybe I'll say like Mac OS or Windows, and then if I want to create an API project, maybe I will select the API. So it will display the web API, right? And similar to that, maybe if I want to create an AWS project, all the platform, so I can see like I can see that Lambda functions, etc. I can create with that. So now let's keep all language here, all platform and all project types. And what we are going to create is a console application. In the console, initially we will create something and we will just print it. So let's select this and click on next. Here you need to give the name of your project. Maybe I will say hello YouTube 0 to hero. And here where you want to save it, maybe I will save it at this location. And what is the name of you want to give for your solution? And then click on next. So it's loading. Now what framework you want to select, you can see it like .NET Core 3.1, and as we discussed earlier, right? Because from 2016 onwards, it is like 2020 onwards. There's a no core. It is like again .NET. So what version we are going to take it? So we'll take latest .NET 8, and then let's click on create. So it will create a new project for us. So this is a console project we have created because we selected a console application, right, for the project, and we selected .NET 8 for the our current project, and from .NET 6 onwards we can see this new console template is getting generated. So what is this new console template is, earlier even when we created our project with Notepad also, we created one class. Under the class, we created the main method. Main method we know like that is an entry point for our program, and we created that method as a static method, right? That also we discuss, and we discuss about the C++ problem also when they were creating a main method outside of the class, right? So we use the static keywords, and then that main method was executing our function that was the entry points. But here from .NET 6 onwards, what is happening behind the scene is still it is using the that same main method. Whatever we are writing it here, actually we are writing inside the main method, but it is not visible here, right? So it is more, .NET is saying like it is more user friendly. But as it is our first program, I would suggest to go with the same approach what we did earlier. So maybe I will say public class program. Then we need to wrap it with the curly bracket, right, to define the scope. And then I will say public static void main, and inside that I will keep this hello world. And now let's remove this everything. And here if you will see this are the menu, right? So this one is for saving your code, and this is for suppose you modified the multiple files and you want to save that all, so you can use this save all. So if you will make any changes, suppose if I made some changes, so you can see one star symbol right here. So it is like it is edited, but it's not saved yet. So now maybe let's click on save again. So now you can see we are not having any star symbol here. Now if I want to run this application, here you can see this green color button, right? You just need to click on this and this will execute your program. So wait for it. And here we can see the response, right? Hello world. We can see it here. Now let's close this. Suppose you just want to build it, right? Because we use CSC, then our class name and compiled it, right? So if you just want to build your project, so here you can see this build and rebuild options. Clean is right. If you want to clean the previous, it will generate the exe and dll, right? So if you want to clean that, you can use this clean options, and if you want to build it or rebuild it, you can use this option. So maybe let's say rebuild. So it will rebuild it, and what is the result that you can see here in the output window. So we can see rebuild 1 is succeed, 0 failure. Maybe if something wrong is there, maybe I will add something wrong here, and if I will try to rebuild it, so we can see in the output window like build is failed, and we can see the error as well. Like, so let me fix this. And where can you see your programs, like your project files? If you will see the right side, this is a solution explorer, and all your files, like this is a program.cs file, right? So all our files will be displayed under a solution explorer. And suppose if you want to add any other file under a solution explorer, so you just need to right click, go to add, and then you can see few items directly here, but you can go to new item to see all the list here, and it will generate the predefined templates. Here you can see class, interface, and many other options as well. So maybe let's say I want to create a class uh, student, and I can add it here. Now I'm changing this access specifier. We will discuss this in some upcoming video, but now for now let's keep everything public. And similar to previous video, let's add some few properties here. So it gives some intelligence also, like it was giving me the intelligence to add this property, and when I clicked on tab key, it added that code. Maybe again it is giving, see, you can see right in the light gray color, it is giving options to add this, and if I will just add, click on tab key in my keyboard, it will add this property. Now let's use this class. Maybe I will say student, and again it is giving the intelligence is giving all these options. So again I will use tab key, and student not name equals to Tapan, and then student dot id equals to 1. And now let me print hello. And if I want to concatenate the string, I can, there are multiple ways, but now I want to, like, concatenate means combine the strings. So hello is already there, but along with hello, if I want to combine any other dynamic thing, how can I do it? I can use this plus operator here, and then I can just say like student dot name. Now I want to save everything. Where I can save it? Yes, correct. You can see the save all options. And now I want to clean it. How can I do it? You can go to build, and clean it, so it will clean everything. Maybe you can rebuild it, so it will rebuild. And if you want to run it again, you can run it from here. So then it will display like hello Tapan.
So now let's make one more change here. So if you will see here, we are taking this name directly. It is a hard coded, right? In the technical language, we say it is a hard coded. So name is hard coded and ID is also hard coded. But instead of that, let's make it dynamic, and user will provide this input and we will take it. Okay. So as you can see, we have used console.write line, which write on new line on the console. Similar to that, instead of writing, I want to take from user, right? Then it should be, instead of write, it should be read, right? So I will use read line method. So here what I will do is I will say like first I will say console.write line, and maybe I will say student registration. Then I will say console dot write line, please enter your first name. Then I will say string, or maybe instead of first name I will say name. Please enter your name, full name. And I will say string full name equals to console dot readline. So what I'm doing is I'm assigning that value. We discussed about data types, right, previously. So here I'm using string data type, and I am assigning whatever is user is entering under a string data type, which is full name, which we declared that variable. And then this variable we are going to use this for assigning our student object. And similar to that, let me copy this, paste it here, and here I will say please enter your roll number, and I will say here is an integer roll number. Let's take as a string only, because we are going to talk about typecasting and other stuff in upcoming videos, so I don't want to confuse you now. So keep it as a string only. So I'm taking a string again for roll number, and I am reading it, and I will assign this value to here. It will give error, so let me change this also to string. And now I am saying hello student name, and then console dot write line roll number. I will say student dot id is registered. Let's save this, and now let's run this. So here I can say student registration, and here it is saying like please enter your full name. So my full name is Tapan Dubey, and I'm entering. Let me hit enter. It is saying please enter your roll number. Maybe I will say ABC 0123 U2, and I'm entering. So it is saying hello Tapan Dubey, your roll number ABC 0123 YouTube is registered. We can close this. So that's all for this video. Basically, I just want to introduce you about the Visual Studio. There are many other functionality. Visual Studio IDE is very rich, and there are many things. But I don't want to confuse you with all the uh, stuff here now. We will take some baby steps, and then because in the entire series we are going to use this Visual Studio. So uh, in upcoming video we will use some other uh, stuff of Visual Studio. So whatever is necessary for now I have explained you. Please try to do practice for this, and please let me know if you like this video. If you are following, please give me a comment, and if you have any suggestions, any questions, you can definitely write in the comment section. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.